drives the mindset for this game. You know, a very tough physical team that could create havoc if you give them the opportunity. And we have to take care of the ball. That's the biggest thing, and then just match that energy up front, knowing about their DI.
You guys have a lot of new faces too, and plenty of you guys were here for that game. How do you kind of let the new guys know about last year?
It starts from the top down. Coach Reed presents us with a challenge every Monday or every Tuesday, and from there we go about our work week accordingly. And it's been that way since I've been here, and every single week is a new challenge. And this week we got to match the physicality that Vrabel brings with every single defense that he has, the kind of the mentality that he played with, and then on top of that, we got to take care of the football. And on the other side of the ball, we know that they got a tough, hard-nosed running game, and we got to stop one of the best running backs that's ever played the game.
Travis, Jody's down. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but just your impressions of Jordan Franks, the practice squad tight end, since
Man, it's fun to see him progress. We have a great locker room. Coach Melvin's got us all fired up every single day, playing with our inner 10-year-old, as he likes to say. He can get out there on the grass every day, and it's just seeing Jordan build every single week. His attention to detail is awesome, man, and that's what you want to see out of a teammate, out of somebody in the building. Is they want to keep learning and want to keep getting better. And sure enough, he's been doing an absolute unbelievable job getting the defense ready, as well as keep inclining as a player himself.
What are you seeing from the growth of the receivers so far?
Well, they were all very established before they got here. We're talking about Juju and MVS. Obviously, Mecole has been a guy that we know we can just get the ball in his hands, but even his routes have progressed just with reps. With more reps you get with 1-5, Patrick Mahomes he's special for a reason, because he makes guys around him better. And the more reps that he gets with you, the more communication that he has with you, the better off we are as a team, because we're on the same page and stuff. So I think you'll slowly see everybody keep rising to the occasion and keep kind of emerging in this offense.
What do you see out of Kadarius Toney so far out there in the practice field that makes you believe he's going to be a good, solid contributor to the team?
He brings energy. I think his ability speaks for itself. He's very quick and put his foot in the ground with the best of them, and he's special with the ball in his hands. He's one of those guys where his awareness is crazy. You think he's got eyes in the back of his head because he sees guys coming from different angles and stuff. So haven't seen the full arsenal that is him yet, but I think he's definitely going to help us out in the near future, definitely in the long run for sure.
You were with him before, but how excited do you sense he is to have this fresh start in Kansas City with you guys?
You just see that he's excited to play football. He's excited to be in the building, and I think I'm not sure what it was anywhere else, but I know that right now he's been an awesome teammate, and he's been constantly trying to learn. And it's just been fun getting in the huddle and helping him build and getting comfortable.
Travis, just with how different the receivers are as compared to last year, do you see defenses still trying to adjust to what you guys are doing?
Yeah, well, 100%. I think the element of surprise or the element of something new, you can't really scheme it up, and I think that's definitely helped us out, as well as Pat playing his tail off and understanding where to go to the ball, even more so than he was the years prior. He just keeps getting better every single week. So it's just, I think defenses are still trying to figure out exactly how we're using all these pieces, knowing that we got a bunch of new pieces, and I think that's helping us definitely.
Just to follow up the same question, what does it mean about the tight end room to be able to be part of the unexpected stuff for other teams' defenses? You guys are involved in the offense, but the tight end specifically, you guys have a lot of options. And what does it say about your room and Andy Reid's trust in you guys?
I'm a little biased, man. I think the tight end room has got more of an advantage than any other position on the field, just because of our size and our ability, and especially the guys that we got in that room. So definitely a little biased when it comes to getting excited about us getting involved, but I think we can keep growing, and then sure enough, I think Blake Bell's on the horizon here, so we get all four of us back in there.
Just to follow up on what you said earlier, is there a certain enjoyment to not knowing exactly what the defense is going to do? It seemed like last year it got to where it was pretty typical.
No, it was still, it was still exciting, it was still fun. I think I get excited for a new game plan more than anything. How are we going to attack these guys? How can I get excited? How can I visualize how I'm going to attack my opponent all week long, and all the various, outcomes that could come on any single play or any given play? And it's just, that's what you get fired up for. That's what fuels my excitement for every Sunday or every game day, is that ability to get excited for the plays, not just for me, but for everybody on the field, man.
Travis, I know throughout the season, man, last year, you know, you got a lot of jam coverage and everything, but you kind of found a way out of it. But this year, just as you get extended into years, how do you feel you've just been able to just maintain your body throughout the season? It seems like you've been doing a really good job of that this year. Just how you able to do that?
I've been very fortunate, man. Been very fortunate to be as healthy as I've been over the course of my career. You know, there's a game where you can get put in some tough situations, and I've been fortunate to be able to put this pads on for the amount of time that I have been out there. And with that comes a lot of, you know, preparation, and comes a lot of work with the trainers in this building. My guy Alex Casel, and there's so many, you know, people that or so many things, so many variables that go into that. It's hard to just pinpoint one, man. I just been very fortunate and always trying to, you know, go to work and make sure I'm ready for any situation.
Travis, the 49ers game was another game where you guys fell behind early by double digits, came back and won big. You know, the game started with a pick, and you guys got down 10-0, and you know, the 49ers can be a good defensive team, and that building is starting to get loud. How does none of that get you guys out of your comfort zone?
Well, we know we can put points up fast, and that's the biggest thing. We know what we're capable of, and I think that kind of it helps you gauge what's possible and what's not. And then on top of that, you can't let doubt seep in at any point in the game. As soon as you let doubt seep in, you might as well throw the white flag, or, you know, call it quits. You just got to have the mentality of keep fighting and keep finding ways. And we got full trust in our defense to be able to keep us in games, and I'm sure they got full trust in us to be able to put up points no matter how many we need, man.
Last one, Sam.
I don't think we've asked you about your podcast yet. I just wondered how that came about and just how you're enjoying it.
I mean, I'm having a blast, man. It's fun to see. It's fun to just do something with my brother.
Under the glow of Arrowhead's floodlights on October 25th, 2025, Travis Kelce gripped the microphone like a game-winning football, his voice a gravelly whisper slicing through the pre-game buzz. "Taylor's the beat in my chest out there," he confessed, a single tear tracing the line of his jaw as cameras zoomed in. "She's rewriting empires while I'm dodging blitzes. Without her fire, I'd be ashes." The room froze, reporters scribbling furiously, fans in the stands erupting in a mix of cheers and sighs. This wasn't the trash-talking tight end. This was a man bearing his soul on the eve of the Kansas City Chiefs' pivotal Week 8 showdown with the Washington Commanders. With Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, still dominating charts, their engagement feels like football's own blockbuster sequel. But as Kelce wiped his eyes, the question hung heavy. Can love fuel a Lombardi return? The Chiefs' 2025 Odyssey has been a roller coaster scripted for drama. Penciled in as NFC West favorites with an explosive offense, they cratered to 1-3, haunted by absences that turned promise to peril. Rashee Rice's 6-game suspension for a summer crash left roots barren, while Xavier Worthy's Week 1 shoulder dislocation against the Chargers, a brutal collision with Kelce himself, sidelined the speedster for 3 agonizing weeks. The fallout? An overtaxed cast, Isaiah Pacheco grinding yards in vain, Juju Smith-Schuster and Hollywood Brown stretching seams they couldn't fully exploit, and a 36-year-old Kelce shouldering targets meant for youth. Patrick Mahomes, the league's sorcerer, looked mortal. Stagnant drives, a 31-28 gut-wrencher to the Jaguars in Week 5 dropping them to 2-3 enter resurrection. Worthy's Week 4 blaze against the Ravens unlocked gears, and Rice's Week 7 debut sparked a 31-0 demolition of the Raiders, the Chiefs' first shutout since 2015. Mahomes carved 286 yards and 3 scores in 3 quarters, his arm a slingshot rediscovering rhythm. D95-D1. Now at 3-3 after edging the Lions, Kansas City's attack pulses with menace, deepest in the NFL, per offseason hype finally realized. The Commanders lurk as prey, 8th in passing yards surrendered, 254.4 per game. Their secondary leaky, despite a stingy outlier loss to Atlanta. 6-4 BCC. If Mahomes threads needles to a recharged Kelce, 8 grabs, 92 yards last outing, Arrowhead could thunder into playoff contention, yet Kelce's candor unmasks the toll. Insiders whisper of frayed edges, a podcast empire, steakhouse empire with Mahomes, Swift-fueled scrutiny, all colliding like a blindside hit. A recent sideline snap, sharper quips in huddles, then that $70,000 birthday bonanza for Mahomes, vintages and Rolexes unveiled at their new KC hotspot, screamed reconciliation. Travis can't fracture that brotherhood, a source confides. It's the spark for rings and ventures. Pro sports glamour hides grind, off-field empires devouring focus, chemistry teetering on stars' sanity as Kelce's tear dries. Swift's sweet silhouette looms in imagination, her presence a talisman since their 2023 spark. Will this raw vulnerability supercharge number 87, turning Commanders' chaos into Chiefs' catharsis, or expose cracks in the dynasty? Sunday's gridiron confessional awaits. Love stories don't end at the goal line. They overtime into legend.